Ladies and gentlemen, life is full of setbacks, disappointments, and doubters. Some people will question your worth, mock your dreams, or even try to pull you down. But the greatest response you can ever give is not in words, but in actions. And that action is success. Success speaks louder than words because it is undeniable, visible proof of your efforts, determination, and capabilities. While words can be powerful, they are often dismissed, doubted, or forgotten. People may argue with your opinions, challenge your beliefs, or ignore your dreams, but they cannot argue with results. When you achieve something remarkable, your success becomes a language that everyone understands, a language that needs no translation, no defense, and no justification. In a world full of noise and empty promises, actions carry a weight that words often cannot. Talking about your goals, defending your ideas, or trying to convince others of your potential can only take you so far. Eventually, people stop listening. They wait to see if you'll follow through. That's where success steps in. It validates your vision. It turns doubt into respect, and it transforms criticism into silence. Success tells your story better than you ever could because it's rooted in results, not opinions. When you focus on doing rather than explaining, you shift your energy toward building something meaningful. You stop wasting time trying to change people's minds and instead start changing your life. Over time, your progress speaks for itself. Whether it's building a career, creating art, excelling in school, or overcoming personal challenges, the results you produce become your most powerful statement. People remember what you accomplish, not what you promised. Moreover, success inspires others in a way that words often fail to do. While motivational speeches and encouraging phrases may spark momentary belief, seeing someone actually rise above adversity and thrive creates lasting impact. It proves that success is possible, even in the face of rejection or hardship. That kind of inspiration can't be faked or forced. It's earned through action. Ultimately, you don't need to announce your worth or seek validation when you succeed. The world will notice. Your success becomes a reflection of your strength, your persistence, and your belief in yourself. So speak less. Do more. Let your achievements be your response to every insult, every doubt, and every setback. Because when you succeed, you don't need to say anything at all. The results say everything. Turning pain into purpose is one of the most powerful transformations a person can experience. Pain is something we all encounter, through loss, failure, betrayal, rejection, or hardship. It often feels like a weight that drags us down, leaving us broken and discouraged. But within that pain lies a hidden opportunity, the chance to grow, to understand, and to find a deeper meaning that can fuel a greater purpose. When we face difficult times, it's easy to ask, "Why me?" or to dwell on what went wrong. But those moments of suffering can also become moments of awakening. They teach us about resilience, empathy, and the strength we never knew we had. Pain forces us to confront the truth about ourselves and the world. And in that raw truth lies the seed of transformation. What once hurt us can begin to shape us not into victims, but into survivors, warriors, and leaders. Purpose doesn't always come instantly after pain. It often emerges through the process of healing, reflection, and choosing to use what we've been through to help others or build something meaningful. Many of the most inspiring people in the world didn't find their strength in comfort. They found it in suffering. Their pain pushed them to rise, to create, to advocate, or to support others going through similar struggles. They didn't let pain destroy them. They used it as fuel to build something greater. When you take your pain and channel it into a cause, a craft, or a goal, it gives your experience meaning beyond the suffering. It becomes the reason you get back up, the fire behind your passion, and the voice behind your purpose. Whether it's starting a business after being underestimated, becoming a counselor after facing trauma, or writing a book after battling depression, each act turns pain into something powerful and constructive. You may not be able to choose what happens to you, but you can choose how you respond. And when you decide to turn pain into purpose, you stop letting your past control your future. Instead of letting it break you, you let it build you. You take the very thing that was meant to hold you back, and you use it to move forward with greater strength, clarity, and meaning. Let your results do the talking, because actions are far more convincing than any words you could ever speak. In a world full of bold claims, empty promises, and constant self-promotion, the most powerful statement you can make is through what you accomplish. When you allow your work, growth, and achievements to speak for you, you earn a level of respect that no amount of boasting can ever achieve. Talking about your dreams and goals is easy. Many people say they're going to do great things, but only a few actually follow through. What separates the dreamers from the doers is not their ambition, but their ability to produce real results. Instead of trying to impress others with speeches, declarations, or social media posts, those who let their results do the talking focus on taking action. They work in silence, stay consistent, and allow their success to serve as undeniable proof of their commitment and discipline. When you produce results, they speak for themselves. You don't have to explain your worth or prove your capabilities to anyone. Your achievements already do that. Whether it's reaching a personal goal, building a business, mastering a skill, or overcoming an obstacle, those outcomes tell your story louder and clearer than words ever could. People notice consistency, they notice progress, and most importantly, they notice results that can't be faked. Letting your results do the talking also helps you maintain humility and focus. Instead of wasting energy on arguments or trying to win people's approval, you stay grounded in your purpose. You understand that true credibility is earned through effort, not noise. The respect you gain through results is not temporary, it's lasting, because it's based on reality. People may forget what you said, but they will not forget what you did. This mindset also builds inner strength. When you rely on results rather than validation, you begin to value your own journey more than external opinions. You become driven by purpose, not by attention, and in the long run, that quiet strength becomes a magnet for real influence and respect. So instead of trying to prove your worth with words, show it through what you do. Because nothing silences doubt, criticism, or opposition like undeniable results. And that is the most powerful voice you can ever have. Rise above negativity, because it is one of the most powerful choices you can make in a world that often tries to drag you down. Negativity is everywhere. In people's opinions, in social media, in failures, and sometimes even in our own thoughts. It can come from others who doubt you, criticize you, or try to discourage you. But how you respond to that negativity defines your path forward more than anything else. You can either absorb it and let it weigh you down, or you can rise above it and let it fuel your growth. Rising above negativity doesn't mean ignoring the pain or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing not to be consumed by it. It's the strength to keep going when others expect you to give up. The discipline to stay focused when distractions try to pull you off course, and the maturity to respond with grace instead of anger. It's realizing that the energy you give to negativity is energy taken away from your goals. When you rise above, you shift your mindset from reaction to intention. You stop letting other people's opinions shape your reality. You stop allowing fear, jealousy, or bitterness to live in your mind rent-free. Instead, you focus on what truly matters: your growth, your values, your goals. You realize that success is not just about what you accomplish, but how you carry yourself while doing it. There will always be critics, doubters, and people who try to bring you down, especially when you're doing something bold or different. But you don't have to meet them at their level. You don't have to lower your standards or compromise your peace just to prove a point. When you rise above negativity, you reclaim your power. You choose progress over pettiness, peace over conflict, and confidence over insecurity. It's not easy, It takes patience, resilience, and emotional control. But over time, rising above becomes a habit, a way of life. You begin to attract better energy, better people, and better opportunities. And more importantly, you build a version of yourself that's stronger than the negativity around you. That strength becomes your shield, your compass, and your silent victory. Because the moment you choose to rise above, you've already won. Hard work and consistency win because they are the foundation of every lasting achievement. Talent may give you a head start and luck may open a door, but it is the grind. The daily effort, the small steps, and the discipline to keep going, that truly leads to success. Hard work shows your dedication, and consistency ensures that your progress doesn't fade. Together, they form a powerful combination that outlasts setbacks, silences doubt, and builds real results over time. Success rarely comes overnight. Behind every breakthrough is a story of struggle, routine, failure, and persistence. Hard work means doing what's necessary, even when you don't feel like it. It's putting in the hours, showing up when it's tough, and choosing growth over comfort. But without consistency, even hard work can fall short. Doing something great once is impressive, doing it every day builds momentum and mastery. It's the habit of showing up and putting in effort again and again that compounds into greatness. Consistency is what turns effort into results. It transforms goals into routines and dreams into achievements. Anyone can work hard for a day or a week, but those who stay the course for months and years are the ones who truly stand out. That's what separates the average from the exceptional. Not bursts of energy, but sustained commitment. And when challenges come, and they always do, it's the consistent worker who keeps pushing while others give up. Hard work and consistency also build confidence. Each step forward, no matter how small, proves to you that you are capable. You begin to trust your own ability to grow, learn, and overcome. That inner trust becomes a force that no failure can shake. Because you've trained yourself to keep going, regardless of circumstances. There's nothing glamorous about hard work and consistency. They require patience, sacrifice, and delayed gratification. But they are also honest, dependable, and fair. The effort you put in almost always returns to you in some form. Maybe not immediately, but eventually. And that return is more satisfying than anything handed to you because you earned it. No shortcuts. No luck, just grit and grind. That's why in the end, hard work and consistency always win. They may not be the fastest path, but they are the surest one. Transformation is the true victory because it reflects not just what you've achieved, but who you've become in the process. Success is not only about reaching a goal. It's about the internal shift that happens when you push through struggle, adapt, grow, and evolve. True victory lies in the way you rise above who you once were, how you respond to challenges, and the strength you develop along the way. Anyone can achieve temporary wins, but lasting success requires growth. Transformation is what happens when you face failure and choose to learn instead of quit. It's what turns pain into wisdom, insecurity into confidence, and weakness into strength. You may start your journey unsure, afraid, or inexperienced, but through hard work, discipline, and perseverance, you become someone who is capable, focused, and strong. That change within you is more valuable than any medal or trophy, because it can never be taken away. External success can come and go, but personal growth lasts forever. When you transform, you no longer rely on circumstances to define your worth. You begin to realize that the true win isn't just proving others wrong, but proving to yourself that you are resilient, adaptable, and powerful. Transformation means you've gained control over your mindset, your habits, and your responses. That kind of growth empowers you to face whatever comes next, because you've already overcome what once held you back. The most inspiring success stories are not just about what someone achieved. They are about who they had to become to achieve it. Whether it's overcoming self-doubt, leaving behind toxic habits, or developing discipline where there once was none, the internal victories matter most. Those changes may not always be visible to others, but they shape everything you do moving forward. Transformation is often slow and uncomfortable, but that's what makes it meaningful. You're not just chasing a result. You're reshaping your mindset, your identity, and your future. That process builds a level of character that outlasts fame, status, or applause. The real win is becoming someone who no longer needs approval, who doesn't break under pressure, and who lives with purpose and confidence. That's why transformation is the true victory. It changes your life from the inside out.